Greetings YouTube, Cross Train here. Today I have another replay for you from World of Tanks. Today I am playing in my Foch, the Tier 9 French tank destroyer, and I'm going to go ahead and get this thing rolling, and I'll do the setup here while we're rolling here, but let's go ahead and get her going. So it is a Tier 9 game. This is just a classic example of, I think, how not to play in a sense in World of Tanks. You will see that myself and this T-28 prototype that I just went by hold off an entire side of the map. Now granted, we only had 4 or 5 tanks in front of us, but nonetheless, and frankly the T-28 prototype got killed real early. So I was pretty much left to hold one side against 4 or 5 tanks at various times. But let's take a look at the what XVM says. We are looking at about a 41%, so not horrible, but certainly the odds aren't in our favor to win this match. We have myself and one other green player over here. They've got 3 greens and a blue on the other side. So odds are certainly not in our favor. So I decide, since we had nobody come in this side, that I was going to come and try to hold this corner. Now, I'm going to pause it for a second, because one of the greatest weak spots in this tank, for those of you that are familiar with this game, is this observation bar right here. So I generally prefer, when I'm going to do some corner peeking like this, I prefer to be on the left side of an object so that this bar is actually hidden at least partially behind whatever the object that I'm hiding behind. But I really didn't have a whole lot of choice right here. I knew they had 3 arty, which could be a problem. Typically, again, for those of you, if you're watching and you don't really play this game much, arty's going to sit down here or over here in this general area here. If they're sitting over here, then they would have a, or if they're sitting over here, excuse me, they might have a shot at me, but these guys over here would probably have a decent shot at me if I moved up. So again, this is the thing you want to hide, but I'm going to go ahead and roll this again. Can't really do that in this regard, so I'm just trying to get an angle where I can get this great sloped armor on the front of this Foch in play, and you're going to see that it does magical things. So again, you can see that the IS-2 actually, let's take a look and see what he's doing. I'm going to zoom up here. The IS-2 is up here with us as well, but he's, I'm not sure if he runs away or what, but I know that 28 prototype is coming up. He's going to get wasted pretty early. But let's continue to check out the action here. So, you can see right now what we've got in front of us is a T-34. That's what's shown up thus far. Oh, and there's a Jagdpanther 2. It has also shown up. So far we got a Jagdpanther 2, T-34. I'm just kind of waiting until they come around the corner. I'm not going to take any unnecessary chances here. But oh, and here comes a 45-0. What's that? A 4502B as well. And something else just showed up. What else is over there? Looks like a T-29 as well. So we've got some company over here. And the IS-2 is dead. And the 28 prototype is getting ready to get in place, but you can see the 4502 is going to get on the other side, but there's my first bounce right there. And I'm just pulling back. I got a nice reload on this thing at 8 seconds. So again, it's not, it does do a nice job. You can see a T-34, no damage. He pierced me though. Again, I'm going to show you the post-battle report as well, but and I want you to take note of how many times I get dragged here. You can see in my hit log, it does record all the bounces and ricochets, so I've got 3 already that have been recorded. I've got a couple of tanks, just took out the Jagd Tiger, get tracked again. gonna shoot to this guy's commander's hatch and do a pretty big hit on that T-29. I'm gonna do the same thing with the T-34 here. They have damaged my gun at this point, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the 4502. It's really all I've got. So I'm just banging up their commander's hatches. You can see I've got hit 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 times so far. 8 times so far, and because that T-34 shot an HE around me one time, he did 7 damage. So that's the only damaging shot I've had so far. Meanwhile, I am sitting at about 1,900 damage that I've done to these guys, and they are just literally, they're just afraid to advance. Now, to be fair, I do have an 8-second reload, and I hit for about 400 or so each shot. So, I guess it's not totally unwarranted. The only thing that, again, I would take exception to, if that were me over there, is there were, at one time, you can see on my mini-map right here, there are 1, 2, 3, there's the T-29 left, he bugged out, you can see. So I've got at least a T-34 in this 4502 in front of me. If 2 or 3 of them had advanced together, again, I got no turret. If they had a coordinated attack in their team chat and advanced, then I really would have stood no chance. So, again, there we go, get tracked again. I've still just lost the 7 health that I had. So again, we had a couple of people bug out that were here. And I finally decided I am going to go take care of this 45-2. My team broke through on the other side. He's still shooting me for no damage, this poor guy. My team rolled the other side, so as they should, since we only had a couple of tanks here. You can see he's gonna... He tracked me again, no damage. Let me just take a look here. Okay, he tracked me again for no damage. And I shot into his machine gun port right here, and I did, let's see, it looks like the 45-02, 384 damage on that shot into his machine gun port, and all he could do was track me. So, again, this is a Tier 9 heavy tank here, and the player who's playing, and it's not horrible, but... so let's see how this plays out. So he tracked me. He's going to flank me. I'm going to show you one of the other beautiful things about... I decided not to use my repair kit yet. And then as soon as the 34 came back around, I said, oh boy, I can't just sit there and let them shoot at me. So I used the incredible traverse on all of the French TDs from Tier 6 up. Tier 7 up, I should say. And there's no way this guy's going to traverse around me. So... I just used that great traverse to, I took a snapshot there, missed him. But my team's coming up behind him, so he's got no chance at all at this point. But, so I'm going to move in for, hopefully, the kill shot. Yeah, the kill shot, and finish him off. So what you saw there was... really one tank, 28 prototype and IS-2, sorry if you guys ever watch this video, but really weren't a whole lot of help. They did take some shots, allowing me to deal a little bit of damage to those tanks that were coming out to try to shoot them, so there is that effectiveness. And but really, one tank holding up against, at various times, 3 or 4 tanks that were in front of me. A couple of them bugged out because they... for whatever reason. I don't know what was in their mind, but they bugged out. So there was that 45-2 and the T-34, Tier 8 and 9 tanks, or 9 and 10, or 9 and 8 tanks, respectively, in front of me. So you saw there the rapid refire or reload on this thing really makes it effective at plugging a hole like I just did there. And then the incredible traverse speed, that 45-02, there's no chance that he could have gotten around me unless he would have tracked me again after I'd already used my repair kit there. So, so again, that's a tough goal for him. Let me take a look at the post-game stats here. So you can see here, I earned 41,613 credits. It was just a second-class medal, so it wasn't a particularly incredible game. I only share it because of the fact that, again, if you're on the other team and you got 3 or 4 tanks and you got a turretless tank destroyer in front of you, somebody's got to take some hits. But man, coordinate and move on them. If you're pretty sure that's all there is there, then move on them and take them out. Well, they didn't do that, so they just allowed me to sit back there and just beat them down on their commander's hatches. So I earned, this was 2 times, so I earned 2,762. You can see the work over here, 4 different tanks that I hurt. Team score, I was did have top damage, and I was second in XP earned here. So I did do 2,891 damage, which was tops among both teams. You can see, I think that's true. Yeah, they had a 1,785 was their top. And again, let's take a look at the details of this win. Didn't fire any premium rounds, so 41,000. Took 16 shots there, a little over $1,000 a shot. So with my 16 shots, I had 14 hits, 10 penetrations. So I did bounce a couple myself for 2,900 damage. I received 21 hits, of which 11 were penetrations, 10 were bounces. Now, these 11 penetrations, if you watched the video, which you probably did if you got to this point, most of those, with the exception of the 2 shots I took from the T-34 once I went after the 4502, were penetrations into my tracks that all they did was track me. You saw I got tracked over and over and over and over again. So really, there were only 2 effective damage-dealing penetrations that I took there. So this tank is a great tank. Love it, and again, with an 8.02 second reload, you can plug a hole, especially in World of Tanks. You know, if you play this game, you know that 1 tank can hold up 8 because people are scared. So, so that's what I did to that one right there, and allowed my team to just roll on the other side and end up coming up and helping with this T-34. So, folks, that's all I have today. I want to share that video with you. Like I said, not anything that's a terribly special round. I did get steel wall, as you see, of course, and the other thing I wanted to show, I bounced 2,320 damage worth was blocked by my armor, so that's pretty good too. But it wasn't anything terribly special, but it did highlight a couple of things about the Foch that I personally like, and that is a really rapid reload, which allows you to really put some scare into the enemy, even though you only hit for about 400, 450 per shot. And then the great traverse speed on it. It's really hard to flank. Certainly for a heavy that guy was trying to do, it's really hard to flank. I even gave him a head start because I didn't repair for a minute until I got shot in the side by the T-34. So, again, wanted to share that with you because it did highlight some of the strengths of this tank. So that's all for now, and as always, this is Crosstrain coming to you from World of Tanks in the replay with a Foch Tier 9 French tank destroyer. Until next time, and I'll see you on the battlefield, and peace.